Good morning and welcome to the Subcommittee on General Government for Assembly Committee on Ways and Means and Senate Committee on Finance. Will the Secretary please call the roll?
Senators Buck, Taylor, Scheibel, Assembly Members Backus, Koenig, O'Neill, Torres Fawcett, Watts, and Chair Anderson.
And I am present. If you would please mark Assemblymember Torres Fawcett present when she arrives. We have a very informative and very long agenda today where we get to discuss the Colorado River Commission. So whenever you are ready, sir, you may begin.
Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. Thanks for having us today. For the record, my name is Eric Witkowski. I'm the Director of the Colorado River Commission. With me today is Doug Beatty, our CFO. And then in the south, I have Shay Polkowski, our Director of Engineering and Operations, in case we have any questions, because focus a lot of it, the budget is on an area that he's in charge of. But we want to thank you for having a hearing today, and I know some of you may be unfamiliar with what the CRC does or and so we've got a little kind of a brief overview of what the CRC does. Okay. What the CRC does, and then we'll go into the budget for 4490, and then we've asked the three positions, and we can talk about those and what we need those for. So we're an old organization, and as of June, we'll be, I think, 90 years old. We were formed to have an agency that had the water and the power contracts in one agency. We have 4 members appointed, 7 members, 4 appointed by the governor and 3 by the SNWA. The funding we're not general funded. We are funded through charges for work related to water, an administrative charge on the power deliveries, and then reimbursements for costs for the various projects. And then we have, I won't, of course, read these statutes, but this just gives you an idea. We do have the statutory authority. 538-161 is for the infrastructure. 538-181 is for the contracting. And then we do act as a electric utility for the industrial customers of Black Mountain Industrial Park in Henderson, Nevada, and then for Southern Nevada Water Authority for its member agents and its member agencies, which are the cities. And it's for their water and wastewater treatment. And it's the pumping. And at some point I want to emphasize this, the electrical system that we oversee delivers the electricity that runs the pumps that move the water through the valley. So it's a very critical system. And so our 4 main functions is water and environmental programs. We work closely with SNWA on the Colorado River negotiations, and then there's environmental programs because there's Endangered Species Acts and those kinds of things you have to qualify to make sure you meet those requirements. Then we have what we call CRC Energy, and under that we have hydropower. We have 23 customers. That doesn't sound like a lot, but think of us as a wholesale supplier. We serve in Southern Nevada, the urban and electric utilities in Southern Nevada, then the industrial customers, and of course SNWA. So of course Nevada Energy gets a slice of Hoover Power, and then also we serve Lincoln Power District, Overton Power District, Boulder City, and Valley Electric. And then we have our power delivery group, which is kind of the focus today on the 3 positions. Just an overview, you'll see currently we have 27 substations, and then we have underground overhead transmission lines. And then they all serve SNWA. And then we do have a group that we staff that has manages a power portfolio. That's actually just the power. You buy a market power, or you manage the hydropower contracts. So, our budget process, we put this in so you're aware what we go through. We start working on our budget about a year ago. Internally we put it together, and then in April-May timeframe, we have what we call a customer workshop, and Doug presents the proposed budget to the customers, we get feedback, and then in June, we present it to the commission. It's not for approval, it's really for a discussion and feedback from the commission on the budget. Then we take that feedback and we usually bring it back in August. That's what I normally try to do, because then that gives a month break. And then we have more discussions, and then we bring back a budget in August for approval by the commission, and then Doug goes through the process of putting it into NEBS, and it goes in to be submitted by September 1. And then additionally, our customers, we meet with the customers. We have, like I said, we had 23, so we're able, during the biennium, meet with each customer once a month, so that we're kind of interacting. Of course, we just have discussions with them occasionally, but this is more of a meet and go over and see if there's anything else we could be doing for them. So this is where the budget, 4490, and this is where we've asked for the 3 new FTEs to accommodate the growing need. And the positions are power facilities electrician and a senior power facilities electrician, 2 of those. And basically they're needed to enhance the operation and maintenance of the electrical system. We started building the system in the late 90s, and so some of it's getting old, so we need to make sure we maintain it. And we'll address some of the other things, but everybody knows it gets very hot in Las Vegas, and that does put a strain on the system. So what's the system made up? Here's 27 high voltage substations. We have 3 new substations in the works that we'll discuss here in a minute, but we expect them to be online in the next 2 years. And then we're adding a 10-mile transmission line by the end of the year. And that transmission line is driven for a solar project for SNWA. That's driven by, in 2019, the legislature put in the put SNWA and the Colorado River Commission in what we call the renewable portfolio standard. So they need to, by 2030, have half their power generated by renewables. Now, hydro counts, but SNWA is going to need more renewables, and they're building a solar project. And this transmission line is to transfer that power from the solar over to Meade, where then they can access it. And then there's just some additional assets that we have. And then these are the customers for the energy power delivery customers. This is sort of separate from commodity. This is infrastructure. So, of course, we have the CRC substations at the Black Mountain Industrial Park. And we, of course, have the SNWA, and those are the member agencies. So, as you can see, they're all the cities, basically, in county, and then Las Vegas Valley Water District. And then we do special projects, transmission substations for it. And then we just put this slide in, just kind of a reminder. I've already mentioned it, but it does get hot in Las Vegas, and these are some of the impacts that can occur from the heat. So just another reason we want to take care of the system. So as we look out at our plan, on the horizon, what did we need? So we put together what we call a project plan, and it's really a 6-year plan. So the first 3 of these are capital projects, and I've already mentioned the transmission line. There's 2 more substations that we're helping SNWA on the material acquisition and some of the design on. But these are the 3 substations that we expect in the next 2 years is one for the Boulder Flats, and then one for Mount Hill, and then one for Garnet Valley. Garnet Valley is a substation to get water up to Apex, which is up north Las Vegas. And then, of course, the maintenance. So this is just a chart that shows our capital projects as we're planning out our 6-year plan. And then on the right is our operation and maintenance projects. And on the right, that looks like quite a few, but that's not all of them. If you go to the next page, we still have more. And we've planned out about 6 years. And these are the projects that we have proposed. And so just in summary, the 3 new positions we're looking to add are really to just help with the operation and maintenance, we have 3 new stations coming online, we have an aging system, and we have high temperatures down there, and we just want to ensure that we have a good, reliable system. So we're open for questions.
Well, thank you very much, and having the 6-year plan is very nice to see. We do have 1 or 2 questions, not many, though.
Okay.
Assemblymember Watts, I believe you have one.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to make sure that we have it clear. So the funding customers do support this increase in costs for the 3 positions, correct?
Yes, and that's a good question. And that's a discussion that happens during the summer when we present in June, and then we're thinking, do we have enough positions? And that was part of the discussion last summer. And so in between June and August, that's when we circle back to SNWA and think, hey, we think we need some more positions. So Doug and I have a meeting with, and Shay have a meeting with their Director of Energy and go over that. And they signed off on that.
Thank you for that clarification, Mr. Witkowski. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
So I have 1 more question, but first I'll see if there's anybody else on the committee. 1 last question. On the 6-year plan, is there a belief that there could possibly be an additional need for funding, or would that be done through the current process that you're thinking about with the discussions and the long-term budgeted planning?
For personnel, we think we'll be fine. But just so full disclosure, if anyone's on IFC, we do have an IFC work program that'll come on in April. That's really for assets that we're purchasing. What happened on the Boulder Flats project, we're building a 10-mile transmission line. There's a developer who wants to interconnect with a solar and battery facility. And they can connect, and actually it works for SNWA because then it helps pay for their system. But they want the system online by the middle of next year. So we had to amend the supply contracts that we have, and we're moving very quickly. And so there'll be a work program that we just submitted this week to help cover that, to make sure we're in a position that we have the authority to pay for those if it comes in fiscal year 2025.
Thank you. Don't forget to say your name. Unless we've got any more questions, you're not going to have to worry about it. But don't forget to say your name every time you answer. So just to make sure I've got this correct, the amending the supply contracts, will that also be working with the other funding group, or is this solely coming from state funds at this time?
It's SNWA's request. They have the contract with the developer. So, yes. Yes. I'm sorry. And for the record, Eric Witkowski.
Thank you so much. Any other questions? Seeing none, that was a nice, quick, easy presentation. Thank you for the information. I think we'll move on to the second part of our agenda, which is public comment. Is there anybody here in Carson City that would like to come to the table to make public comment? Seeing none. Vegas is a packed room, it looks like. Is there anybody in Las Vegas that would like to come to the table? Seeing none. And online, is there anybody that would like to make a public comment?
If you would like to provide public comment, please press *9 now to join the queue. Chair, the public lines are open and working, but we have no callers for public comment at this time.
Thank you so much. The meeting has been adjourned, and hope you all have a wonderful Thursday.